everybody. I did not expect this, but I'm actually reshooting the intro to this video because this pipe caught me by surprise. The RST exhaust, the DG Performance RST reduced sound technology. And if you look inside here, I don't know if there's enough light. I'm going to try to capture this angle. That's the spark arrestor that it comes with. Some people had some questions about that, but it's like a conical shaped screen if you're not familiar with those, and it's like a forestry type deal where they don't want any loose sparks flying out of the back. It catches those so you can go on trails and not get any problems with the game warden because you're not going to start a wildland fire. But look at this hog that comes off of the DR. This monster, this thing is a lot. That's a lot of weight to take off the bike. I mean, look how big it is just in comparison to me. And then you get this much more sleek exhaust. I ordered a baffle for it, and in the video you're gonna see where I did a sound comparison, and it was 3 sounds. It was the stock, then it was the DG without the baffle, and the DG with the baffle. I got the most quiet baffle, and I'm never gonna use it again. I would not buy this with the baffle, honestly. And like, I'm not a loud pipes guy. Like, I'm not a loud pipe save lives guy even. I like a stock exhaust. It's just that when I did the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, I could not for the life of me hear my own bike, and it was just going off of the feel of the bike, and so I could hear everyone else's bike around me but not mine. This also, another thing, I saw Adam Reedman's video about exhausts, and even if it's not louder, changing that tone a little bit so it's easier for drivers to hear you. I wanted to do that, and this thing just, my God, it took some weight off the bike. It sounds like something like from the future. It makes the bike sound like it's definitely not a 30-year-old design. I'll say that. And on ProCycle, it's advertised as being 88 decibels, and you're gonna see it's actually quieter than advertised. But it's a classy pipe, man, and look how good it looks on the bike. So anyway, I'm gonna patch this intro into the test runs that I do, and then we're going to take it around the block, and I'll just ride you around with me so you can kind of get a good look at it, and we'll take it from there. But I'm Comfy Dad's Shoes. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, we're going to go ahead and let me get around the bike really fast because I should probably make sure it's choked. There we go. So with the stock muffler, let me set it here, kind of a neutral spot on the seat. Let's see what we get. Of course, I'm not in neutral. All right. Our max, the max decibel reading right now is actually at 88. Now if I put the choke in, let me see. Okay, God, that's quiet. I'm gonna say its average is 71, maybe. Total of 75, a 75 average with the choke and no choke. So there you go. Let's get this thing bolted on and we'll see what we got. Okay, here's the open, just regular muffler with no quiet core in it. I'm re-recording it because I got super giddy like a little schoolgirl when I first cranked it up because it sounded so good, but let's give you a listen. There. So ProCycle says the average sound is 88 decibels. Now I don't know, obviously it's not super scientific, but I'm getting an average of 82. And that's with the choke in. Now another thing I want to do, so let's say 82, and that's with the choke in. Let's do one more. Okay, so this is with the choke off. I want to get an average without the choke. Oh, sorry. $81.4. I'll take it. That's awesome. That's why I'm not going to put that quiet core silencer back in. You've lost, I mean, you gained 7. Yeah, like maybe 6 or 7 on average. It's not enough to warrant putting a quiet core insert back. All right, well, I'm super happy with this. Okay, see you on the ride. Okay, so here I am, probably contradicting myself with things I've said in the past regarding loud exhaust and whatnot, but this is awesome, dude. This might be one of the favorite things I've done with the DR, hands down. It sounds great. I had to put the shield up just so everyone could get a better listen. God, it sounds so much cooler now. Very smooth. You hear the pop though. The K&N's not helping with that, with the pop on D-cell. Even just winding in the throttle for a gear change is doing that. But I can hear where my throttle is a lot better now. I can also, if I'm on a group ride, hear my bike a lot better. Kind of like I was saying with the DGR, I could not hear where my bike was at all. It was like I had an electric bike. I may as well have had that. I had to kind of guess where the revs were. Not anymore. The baffle, and you can hear it with the sound testing. You go ahead. But with the sound testing, with that last baffle or quiet core, whatever it's called, it was too much. I had to take it out. There is a larger one. It's a 1.5 inch. I think that was a 1 1/4. I might try the 1.5, but honestly, I don't think so. Maybe I'll keep it around. I don't know if it's worth paying the money for it. This sounds good enough as it is. And I don't seem to be really bothering anybody. No one's really looked at me too much when I've drove past. God, it sounds good. If you're wondering, do I advocate it? I was really nervous. See, downshift to here, better. I was nervous about getting it, and I was thinking, man, you might have just thrown some money down the drain. You might be putting your stock exhaust back on. You don't know. But no, I'm very happy with it. Very happy. Here we are. I will be running the jet kit soon. That's going to give it a little bit more snap also. I'm already getting a little bit more air. I got some inlets for the intake. They're 1-inch round circles. So when you drill your air box, these little filtered inlets, they are basically, if you want to do the 3x3 or whatever it is, the 3x3 or the 6 whatever holes you want to drill, you can do that on your air box. I'm going to probably do 3 with a 155 jet eventually. I'm going to go to a 150 at first. I don't think I'm going to drill at first. That's all very new to me, especially getting the float ball spring to get back right on the carb after you put the jets and stuff in, like putting the main jet and the pilot and pulling the plug out of the fuel mixer screw. That all seems fairly simple, but setting the spring back on the float, on the ball float, that's gonna be a little bit tricky for me. And also getting that tuning just right once I've added a bigger jet. I'm a little bit nervous about that, but I love having that exhaust. It's like a part of the trifecta's coming, for the performance trifecta, starting to come into shape. I'm starting to get my air, I got my exhaust. Next thing I got to get is my fuel right, and then I'm about to have a badass little dual sport, which I already do have a badass little dual sport. There are going to be some stiffer springs going on the bike soon. That's going to be great. It's too damn hot for me to do it. I'm going to let somebody else do the rear spring. I don't want to get in there, especially having cancer. I get tired easy, especially when I'm trying to work on something. I almost threw up trying to screw in the mid pipe because it was super hot outside. So I'm going to pay a shop to do my rear spring. I'll do my front springs, unless they want to charge me like just a tiny bit more for the front springs. I'll let them do it, but I'm going to get that done. So I'll have suspension. I'm going to put a more aggressive tire. I have an awesome dual sport to go trail riding, and that's going to be my exercise. And hopefully by the end of all that, I'll be getting some exercise from riding trails on this bad boy. But definitely recommend the DG RST. Make sure it says RST when you buy it, not the regular, the 7.7 pound DG RST with the Forestry Service approved spark arrestor. Comfy Dad shoes. Thank you for watching.